Matt, it is so great to have you here. I'm so glad that we get to chat today. And I think that future FranCoach clients are going to be really excited to watch this video. So the first thing that I wanted to ask you now that we're here is, how did you get into franchising?
What a great question, Quinn. So in 2010, yes, I'm going back a couple decades almost now. In 2010, I had an amazing corporate America job. We were running radio stations across the country. It was a great business, it was a great industry. And my boss walked into me one day and said, Matt, you're doing an amazing job, but you can't come to work tomorrow. We're having layoffs. And I said, at that point, I would never let anybody else have control over my life again. And at that point, I looked at the businesses that I did business with year in and year out in the media world, and franchising or franchises were a majority of them. Therefore, I knew it was time for me to go and take control of my own destiny, build my own business from scratch. I bought a franchise. From there, I've never looked back.
And I think that so many of FranCoach clients have been in that same exact place, right? You have a corporate job and you have it until the day that you don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that really segues perfectly into my next question for you, which is, how does your past experience and what you were doing before this help you now as a franchise coach?
Well, now that I'm part of FranCoach, I'm able to take this incredible background, all of these years of working within the franchise industry, and bring it all together for our FranCoach clients. Coming from corporate America, then being a franchise owner myself for almost a decade, then working in the development side, helping a number of world-class franchises grow their businesses, being able to work with our FranCoach clients to help them go through our process to truly identify what makes sense for them, and then connecting them with the right franchises for their ultimate success.
Absolutely. And I think that's what FranCoach is all about, finding that perfect match, right? So you kind of were saying a little bit on this already, Matt, but what would you say your favorite part is about working with clients?
I love the fact that no two clients are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody comes to us with a different WHY. Why are they looking to do this?
Mm-hmm.
And I get to help them find out their control. What is it that they're looking to control, whether it's their time, their income, or more importantly, their smile? Because we know when we can figure out what their why is and what their control is, we can match them with a business opportunity that's going to help them achieve that. And at the end of the day, that's what makes me smile every single day.
Absolutely. And I think that's what makes our clients smile too, right? Finding that perfect match that gives them the control. And anybody who has listened to the Franchising 101 podcast, we know that control is the number one reason that people look into franchise ownership. So let's say someone out there is watching this video, is maybe thinking about owning a franchise. Why would you suggest that person work with FranCoach?
What we do is we work very hard to validate, find the right ones, find the ones that are the right fit for you. And then at FranCoach, when we go through our process, we're able to understand what makes them correct fit for you. And when we do make that match, we're matching you with a franchise development director that is at the top of their game so that we know you're in their best hands possible.
Absolutely. It's so true. And all of us at FranCoach, all of our coaches have those connections with the people on the development side in the franchise world. So we kind of get to make sure that our clients match with franchises that have people who can really help them out on that side as well. That's definitely so true. What advice do you have for soon-to-be franchise owners, your clients, your future clients, someone who's about to become a franchise owner? What's the one thing that you would tell them to take with them?
The number one thing I tell everybody as they're looking to start a franchise or start a business for themselves is journal. Write things down. You'd be surprised how often you might just open up a book and on the left-hand side, put your thoughts, your ideas, things you might want to have. And on the right-hand side, write down your questions. Because when you have those in front of you and you're seeing them every single day, your team, meaning your spouse or your family is with you, they're looking at it every single day. You now have it in writing where you want to go, the questions you want answered, and when you come to the final conclusion, when you reach that final step and you become part of a franchise, you know that all of your questions have been answered and answered correctly.
That's a great one. That is such a great one. I actually have not heard that one before, but I think that is such a good piece of advice. Amazing. Well, that concludes the informative part of our video. And now for the fun part, we have two surprise questions for Matt. And the first one, and this is a classic FranCoach question. Which FranCoacher, you can pick anyone on the team, would you want to trade hair with?
Luke. No doubt about it.
Right off the bat, right away. Why? Why Luke?
Luke has an amazing set of hair. set of hair. Is it called a set of hair? Has amazing hair, period, end of
Yes.
sentence. And it's always looks proper. And so, yes, if I had to trade with anybody, I'm a short hair kind of guy, and Luke has the same kind of hair that I'd want.
I love that. I will say Luke was a popular answer. The man has a good head of hair. Is that what it is? Head of
He
hair?
he brings it to the desk. We'll put it that way.
He does. He does. I love that answer. And then our last question for the day. Who is the most famous person you've ever met? And I'd love to hear the story.
Wow. Being in media for almost 2 decades gave me a
Mhm.
pretty big roster of great people. But I'll tell you, one of the people that made probably the largest impact on me was Jimmy Buffett. I was able to spend quite a bit of time with Jimmy, obviously before he passed, as he was rolling out some of his later CDs and his tequila brand actually, and just being around him, understanding how confident he was, how comfortable he was in his own shoes, gives me the confidence to do what I do every single day.
I love that. That's a really good one. That I think that was the best famous person. I would say the most famous person out of anyone who's answered that one so far. I love that.